Okay, here are some of the knives that I made. Pocket knife, I made 3 of these. I believe I did a video documenting it, so I won't go into it right now, but here's another pocket knife that I did. Not very well, but I got a dagger that I did. Bone on the handle. I think I did a video on that one. Some of the newer ones, I got this knife that I made. It's very cool. I added these pins that are hollow so that you can see through them. Lanyard hole. So that's that knife. I've got them just kind of in here right now in this case, just kind of temporarily until I figure out how I want them. Here is this knife. I made custom mosaics. This is buffalo horn, and I like that one. It's nice. Here's a drop hunter I made. I think I did a video on this one. I'm not positive. I did it a while ago. It's got a canvas micarta green handles. Same knife, different idea. This is the part where I actually made this out of brass and I changed it, made this out of wood. It's a bird's eye maple. So that's that knife. I've got this knife that I made. I made these mosaics, and so it's a nice knife. This one I did, I think, a video on. It's one of the earlier knives that I made. All the names of everything escape me right now. This is the first knife that I made. That's a Wyoming Hunter, I think. And Bearcat. It's got a diamond wood handle, walnut. That one's cool. This knife I made. And it's got cutlery rivets on it, I think, because they're screwed together and epoxied in. What else? Here's another one, green canvas. It's got same Wyoming Hunter. That's that one. What else? Here's another one. This is olive canvas, micarta. It's got white liners. So that's the top layer. Let me take these out one at a time. Put them over here. Okay. The next layer has a couple knives that I did not make. I'll take them out. Everything else I made. This one, not sure if I did a video on. It's got a lot of flaws with it, things that I learned. So it's got the first time I ever made one knife that had a rod that's in here. It's not a full tang. So this knife, same deal. It's Cocobolo and Osage orange. It's got different what do you call it, liner material in there. So there's that one, and this was the last knife I made. It's a big Bowie. Gosh, can't even fit it in the camera. Again, I made these mosaic pins. The bottom doesn't have the, it stopped right there with the tang, but yeah, it's a big Bowie. Pretty sharp. The last knife is, I like this one the best out of my recent knives. I made these. It's an aluminum rod with the brass in the middle, and yeah, it's a cool blade. And you can see it. Now here at the end, instead of coming all the way to the end, I left it short to give it a different look. So I call it the Skull Kisser. It's good for hitting into stuff you need to. Not that you need to, but you know, if you need to have something, keep the end from getting messed up. And that's pretty much the knives that I've made. I've got a couple others that are just some cheap Bowie knives that I picked up. This one, it's just a cheap frost cutlery knife that I picked up for like 10 bucks. So I don't really, just for hacking on things in the backyard if I need to cut something down. Or same thing with this one. It's another knife that I got, just a cheap Chinese like knife. But it's pretty cool. And this one is, it's got handles wrapped. It's got, you know, the typical tools and parts and extra stuff for when you're surviving. So that's that one. Yep, yeah, these are the knives that I've made recently. Since I think it was the start of them last summer. So I took a break from making knives for a couple months, so I'll get back into it. There's a couple really cool ones I want to get into, some of the more expensive knives. So I'm gonna save up for some of those. Yeah, so these are all the knives. If you want to get into making knives, Jantz is a good place, and knifekits.com, and a couple others that are, you just do a Google search, you'll come up with all kinds of different. And I suggest just getting a kit, you know, something that has all the wood and the pins, and you don't have to think about, you know, like some of these are kits. This is a kit, so it comes with the wood, the pins, everything. And my first two knives were kits. Yeah, you'll have everything. Now that I've been making them, I've got just, you know, went down and got a bunch of pinning material. It's cheaper than going and buying it already cut and ready to go. You just buy, you know, 3 feet of it or whatever. And yeah, you'll be able to be set, you know, get some epoxy and some, you can even make them with just hand materials, you know, hand tools. You don't even need really saws and sanders and stuff. Now that I've gotten that, you can just use sandpaper. But you know, now that I've gotten the sanders and stuff like that, a lot of these knives have gotten a lot better as far as my abilities to make them, because I have, you know, all the tools and the files and the different things now that I've gotten. But yeah, like this was a kit, comes with everything you need to make the knife. The instructions are okay, they're not easy to follow, but I pretty much just made it because I've done woodworking, and you know, and I had a general idea. So okie doke, that's my knife collection. So these are at least the ones that I've got. Knives that I have, like folders and stuff that I built, that I bought, that aren't things that I built, but these are the ones that I made. So this is most of what I have as far as knives, but you know, some of the other ones are a lot more quality and stuff. Like I have some Columbia River knives and some Kershaw and stuff like that. But so, all right, I'll talk to you guys later.